Alright guys, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to episode 8 of our Araby campaign, and we continue our conquest of the southern realms via alliances and a little bit of brute force here. So Sultan Jafar is going to be attacking into Sartosa here in just a moment. I think everything else for the turn has mostly been dealt with, so we're going to be jumping right into the action. And, 12,000 if we sack that. Certainly not bad, but it is a very high level settlement, so I think we're just going to keep it. And it is actually a suitable climate as well. So let's go ahead and head down there, siege the city, and hopefully we can get it done. We have a really good army. The Palace Guard are quite strong. Pyrrhic victory. We only lose 2 units. Sieging will probably be... I mean, we could just continue the siege for a turn, attrition them out, and hope they come meet us in open field. Although, their cannons are going to be exponentially worse in the city battle as well. Yeah, because obviously defending behind walls, AI usually not great with cannons. I think we just have to attack it. All right, guys, we're going to be loading in. We'll see you in the battle, and this episode going to be starting off with a bang here. Let's go ahead and put the leadership on maybe our genie so it doesn't, or our Jin so it doesn't actually crumble down. All right, guys, see you on the battlefield. All right, so here we are. Let's find out where we want to set up and see. Probably just attacking over here is going to be best. Yeah, I mean, there are 2 towers here. I don't know how effective our naphtha throwers are going to be against that. We don't have the Great Bombard in this army anymore. Probably should have recruited that before attacking, although I don't know if it was off cooldown anyways. This is a decent little spot, but I kind of like the idea of keeping the battle very simplistic and just doing it over here. So let's get you guys all up in the woods. So these are the Palace Guard. They're going to be advancing. Yeah, all right. We have Jafar, Wazar the Cruel, and our Air Force characters, one of which has healing. I need to get healing on both of them. Sadly, I only have it on one right now. And on the ground, we're going to get our SE Corps here so they can work in those trees. And the artillery piece, we can kind of weasel it back here and see if it can... Yeah, there you go. That's a nice little spot for that. All right, the Arabian Knights and the Camels. Are we actually like trapped over here if we deploy? No, we can run around. Okay. So the Campbell Dezales are going to go here. I think we're going to go ahead and keep you guys over there for now. So we'll deploy our army right here. Characters and characters. We have to be very ratty here, guys. Like absolute Skaven energy to win this. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to get me here. Arabian Knights are going to chill in the back in case any bats or anything like that comes out. And I think we are good to go right now. Start deployment, start battle, and let's go ahead and start hammering them off the walls if we can. Can we actually hit into there and hit anything? I'm not sure. All right. So we're going to creep our characters over, and the artillery piece, let's go ahead and weasel it over this way. Palace Guard are chilling, and we can kind of see what's going on. Not going to be an easy fight. Thankfully, our characters are very, very strong, and it looks like the walls are not being manned, I don't believe. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think they are. The artillery, I could shoot the towers here just to kind of guarantee the advance is going to be smooth. And yeah, we do have some towers coming up. I'm curious what kind of damage this is going to do. Is it actually going to hurt that tower there? It does. It does. Okay, it's a process. So we'll wear that down, be patient, and in the meantime, we can go use some magic. I'm fairly certain they're not here, so we can go boink at the gatehouse with these characters. And yeah, the characters should be able to carry us. So Heart of Winter is there, and we do have the Black Lotus, as well as the, Scorpion Venom. Very, very cool. Alright, so they did get up on the towers. Towers are going to start shooting us, but it is getting worn down. I don't know how our ammunition's going to be. And Genie kind of got blitzkrieg bopped in the face there. It feels pretty bad. And let's just get in the gatehouse with all these guys. You're going to go over here, get in the melee. And yeah, once we wear down that tower, we can move our melee army in over here. And these are going to be halberds up on the walls, so not an ideal situation for us to attack here. Alright, so we can get the Scurvy Dogs with a little bit of a bombardment there, and we can maybe use Heart of Winter. I think it will hit the guys up on the walls. Sultan Jafar does have passive healing, so he should be alright. He did get boinked in the face right there, and it looks like the Heart of Winter is hitting. Tower is going down right here, and once we create an opening, we can move in the main army, and then we can, start really utilizing our guns and whatnot. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. So I did not see that I was getting hit there. You got to pay close attention. Yeah, those towers are weaseling a nice little angle out right there. So how is that hitting us? Is it this tower? I don't think so. All right, so you're going to get you guys right there. Keep tabs. Got to pay very, very close attention to things. I mean, the auto-resolve obviously did some nice work for us, but is the tower almost down? Not quite yet. And the Camel Dezales are also getting hit by something. Wowza. Okay. I think those are just like Vampire Coast Army abilities that are getting us. Yeah, I think they are. Okay, so the tower's almost down. The Camel Dezales are going to need to get back. Let's get you guys back in the trees and just hide you here. And Wazar the Cruel and the artillery have almost got that tower down. We're getting there. It's slow and steady progress, and we're going to attack this bigger tower with our characters. All right. So Sultan Jafar could do a pendulum. Honestly, not too many pendulum opportunities at the moment. Our main army is not being attacked right now. You guys can just withdraw from the battle so I don't accidentally lose you. So we're going to withdraw you. And elsewhere, do we have any towers we can attack here? This one's going to be done in a second, and there it goes. Let's get the 2 characters to go boink that one down. And that's going to be done for now. Okay, so now you guys can move up. Let's get the Naphtha Thrower to... Do we need to work on the other tower? What kind of arc of fire is it going to have? I don't think so. I think we're all right here. And we can just start shooting into the militia, the Sartosa militia. Okay, so the gatehouse is getting worn down. What I would give for a freaking healing genie, man. Oh, that'd be so nice. One of the sea nymph characters. All right, so Arabian Knights can creep this way, and we could send some big dogs out there. Is that like a Queen Bess or a mortar? Okay, they're just mortar teams. Got it, understood. And the characters are going to get this tower down eventually. Yeah, eating a little bit of firepower. Let's do Colossal Strike, and then we can fly them in the back to try and cheese out the artillery there. All right. Gotta love siege battles in Total War, always fun. So pendulums, nothing really to go for. The Naphtha Throwers are hitting home and shooting into the Sartosa militia who are shaken. Let's even get these scurvy dogs down. And when they pile in, we should have a good fight against them, I think. The infantry are coming, and it looks like, yeah, I think those are just army abilities that they have, so we can't really dodge those super effectively here, unfortunately. All right, so it's almost going down. Seems like the cannons can't hit the broadside of a barn, which is good. Let's do Foe Seeker. And the scurvy dogs are getting cooked up. Some of the guns, though, getting some line of sight. That is scary. This is a tower getting lower. And are we through the gatehouse yet? Not quite. All right, so I kind of want to move down this way. So let's like fly here, try and juke this a little bit, and then attack back into the tower and see if we can connect. The camels will come out eventually, and we really need to get that tower down because it is going to do some damage as we do get in. All right, so the Naphtha Throwers are shooting. Running a little bit tight on ammunition. We could maybe just try and shoot into the city here and get on some of the handgun mobs, see if we can shoot that way. Got to keep these characters alive, and the gates are almost down. All right, very cagey rat fight here, but we got to be careful, man. This is actually a hard fight. We could 100% lose. I know the auto-resolve, but it doesn't take everything into account here. All right, so the gatehouse is low. We're going to get our characters back. They're just going to go into the pits here. We have drained a bit of ammunition off these guys, and the Naphtha Thrower isn't quite able to shoot there, so it feels bad. So let's just shoot at some zombies across the ways, and now we are in. So do we want to go for Jin form? Okay, we can't do it when we're on or below a platform. Okay, got it. So gotta watch out with that. So the Naphtha shooting over the walls. Characters, one of them does have Protoss shields, so we want that to regenerate, and it's always a good idea to kind of break a hole in the walls, and you guys are going to see why. So I'm going to shoot a hole in the wall, because then I can park all my camels out front. Hopefully we have enough ammo to get the walls down. I think we do. Because then I can park my camels outside and basically shoot, which is going to be the game plan. Sultan Jafar is going to go Super Saiyan, so we're going to turn him into his evil anime form. So there he goes. And the characters, we can bring them over and have them help. We are eating a little bit of mortar fire, so let's get you guys back. Okay, so back in the city we go, and let's get you guys in to attack. So scurvy dogs in company. Obviously, I don't want to be using my Winds of Magic here. We do see man-eaters. Are they man-eaters with great weapons? No, they're just generic man-eaters, it looks like. Yeah, the gatehouse there isn't super safe. All right, so the wall is getting brought low. The mortars are really making it rain on us here. I mean, I could shoot through the gatehouse here, or the Naphtha could come out and actually try and take down the enemy mortar teams. Do we want to take our Air Force and go weasel their artillery? I know they have some in the back. Yeah, they got carronades back there. We're going to go actually look for some opportunities here, and Jafar is going to go back into human form for now, so I can cast spells without penalty. And let's shoot at the handgunners right there. All right, great. So we got that. We're going to do a little overcasted. Nope, we're going to wait till you stop moving. All right, mortars are shooting. We need to keep our palace guard healthy. Everybody's hiding. This is really, really ratty here. We're going to take our 2 characters all the way over here, and they're going to go hunt down some of these lone elements around the map, which I think is going to be good. All right, Jafar can move in. Pendulums, we want to get it on the handgun mobs. They're going to be one of the bigger issues. Of course, is he going to dodge that? Nope, doesn't look like it. All right, let's go ahead and Spirit Leech you. And we'll do a little bit of Spirit Leeching, and then great. So then we're going to run back outside the wall. Campbell Jazale's waiting at the ready. And what do we have over here? Some animated hulks. We got carronades and handgunners. All right, so we can attack those animated hulks, and although we probably should just fly overhead and get on top of the other guys there. Oh my god, what the hell's going on here? All right, Naphtha Thrower is just doing God knows what. Campbell Jazale's can move up. He doesn't have that tower going, so we're going to use the Campbell Jazale's to shoot down that bat right there. Spirit Leeching, anything on the cards here, it is crumbling. Want to make sure they keep crumbling, but I think another Pendulum's just going to straight up be better. Pop a little bit of Foe Seeker, and let's see where we can go here. We do have a carronade, so let's go get that carronade offline. You know, every little bit counts in this super sweaty siege battle here. All right, so we got that. You guys are here. Let's go ahead and get another Pendulum. Yeah, I think we just save our wins. And I don't know if the bats actually ended up creeping out. I don't think they did. Let's get our Naphtha Thrower a little bit further back. The characters taking down a carronade, so we can pop their little AoEs, which do actually pretty considerable damage. And I don't think we have the ammo to actually get this wall down, unfortunately, so we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Ammo back here. Anybody we want to shoot at? We do have some handguns. Yeah, let's go right there. And the Palace Guard will be ready to assault the walls eventually. We will eventually. And here, what do we have? We have a handgun mob, so that's got to be down for the count. So we need to get back up, run away a little bit here, use our Protoss shields to grab what we can, and let's use the Genie's Lamp to start crumbling you guys down. All right, so there we go. They are up on the walls. So let's get right under the walls right there. Camel Lancers or Camel Jezzails can rip some shots from downtown on the militia on the walls. See what we can get done. And yeah, just stay out of line of sight there. Out of sight, out of mind. All right, anything else we want to get? We do have some bats, some deck dropper bats. If we can go chase them down, that'd be pretty great. Jezzails doing what they can, and we can pop Heart of Winter. I'm fairly certain it hits those units up on the walls. So we'll see if it does. All right, so there's Struggle City, and you are line of sighted right now. We have some dickhand mobs over here. We could probably start free shooting at these guys. I think that's going to be fine. Any other cannons around the city? We do see some freebies over here. So we're going to go for all the free ones we can get. Those are hand cannon mobs. Perfect. So we could just get those guys. And the Heart of Winter did hit. It actually did hit, which is great. All right, so Jafar. How do we look for pendulums here? These guys, we can Spirit Leech them. It's not the best, but it'll do pig. The Genie is going to have another wind spell in a second, so we can use that to crumble these handgun units. So let's go down the pipe on them. Hit both those guys right there. The Naphtha Throwers, I think, are unfortunately hitting that bridge. It kind of looks like they're obstructed by that, which is pretty funny. All right, let's see if we can get on these guys. All right, the characters, how have they done? They are getting a handgun mob unit down, so we could use the Radiant Discharge and 1-2 punch those guys. That ability is really good on those freaking dudes. Very, very strong stuff. All right, and the Naphtha Thrower, I mean, do we just shoot on the walls and get these freaking Depth Guard? Yeah, why not? All right, let's get the Depth Guard there. And there we go. All right, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Arabian Knights, of course, waiting in the wings. Back here, those guys get crumbled into the Shadow Realm, and we're going to go back and get another tower right here, so we're going to go get this. We have to be really, really ratty here, guys. Like, very ratty. Just pick off whatever we can and play it safe, because that auto-resolve, I don't think was... It was doing us a favor. It was doing us a big favor. Any pendulums, any guns coming in, the Depth Guard and the walls are getting crumbled. I mean, I could climb the walls with a couple of the homies, but yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out for us. So guns over here. We got some dickhand mob pole arms, or we could try and get these Sartosa militia. You guys need to get that tower offline. I don't know why they stopped moving. It's very strange. All right, there they go. So now they're going after the tower. Do they have any guns in here? That's the thing I'm worried about, is getting hammered by guns. Yeah, we got Sartosa militia. The Naphtha Throwers probably need to be more deep set, so we're going to go get that thing deep set. It's having some line of sight issues. And Jafar can go in. We're going to put him in his evil genie form, and I wonder if he gets tankier when he's in that form, kind of like one of the Dragon Twins. He does. He actually goes up to 9,000 HP. Wow, that's pretty good. So I think we can pile in now and fight a little bit. I think that's fine. The Palace Guard are going to be chilling, and our heroes are going to get that tower down. Yeah, because we got to work all these little towers down. They're just arrow towers, but they're still a problem. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and use the Venom Staff, and we can use a little bit of a pendulum on you guys, try and take you offline. So that Venom Staff should do some nice AoE. And yeah, no Heart of Winter or anything. We are eating some Carronade Fire, which is exactly what I was worried about here. So they do actually have the Carronades in a good spot. So can I get the Carronades over here, or get these guys here? Because if we're eating cannon shots, that's actually really, really bad. All right, so cannon shots here. Man-eaters are getting a little bit lower. We're going to Spirit Leech them there. Might need to retreat some of the boys out of the city. All right, so let's go find those cannons if we can. Although, man, it's going to be hard. They got, like, overlapping fields of fire here. Got a lot of guns. All right, so you guys just going to creep over that way, and we'll figure it out. All right, so we crumbled down most of these units here. It looks like there is a vampire character. Ah, shit, did I accidentally use a spell? That's going to be... Yeah, it drains my power reserves. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, well. Mistakes were made. You're not supposed to use the Harry Potter, and we can use the damage over time here. And he's about to go down, so we got the man-eaters broken, and then we can flee outside of the city. All right, so that was a good little engagement, and we take the gatehouse, which is pretty huge. And now we need to use our assassin characters to get these Carronades offline. So we got one right here, and is there any guns that can punish me for my sins? I don't think so. So we got a mortar. Let's get the Emir right here, and we're going to get Wazar the Cruel right there. Take that bad boy down, pass it around, and now we can go back into human form, so we, you know, aren't suffering so much winds magic wise. You guys are good. Nobody's shooting our pieces outside, and we do now have the bombards. So let's start shooting at those gunnery mobs. Cool, and let's go back into the regular form here in a second, so we could use the Radiant Discharge and Radiant Discharge here. Yes and yes. I really need to get a healing item on this character, but yeah, you see how good that is? Oh, chef's kiss. Just all the artillery going offline. That is exactly what we want. All right, did we not go human form? We did not go human form. All right, Naphtha throwers are shooting. Definitely going to unsummon that ROR, probably replace it with some, proper great bombards. I think the cannons are just objectively better in sieges, although we're not going to be fighting a lot more sieges, I would imagine. All right, so these guys should be crumbling. They're in critical binding. This one's going offline here. We got to be careful. There's a blunderbuss that is trying to reach us right now. Campbell Dizale's creeping, and we are getting some shots over the walls. But overall, do we want to send some Arabian Knights like all the way around the city? Yeah, these guys are about done for. So now we have some hand cannons. Let's go get on them and get you away here. Let these guys crumble to dust. Cool, so bats are here. Let's get the Campbell Dizales to waste them, and that should be able to deal with those. Now, Winds of Magic, yeah, we're still kind of low on it. We do have some zombos in the gatehouse here. Not really ideal for the pendulum position. The Camel Dizales are shooting. Anything else we want to shoot at here? Some zombies, yes. How are the Emirs doing? Very, very good. So let's go finish these guys off. Pile over there. And now their army's starting to look a little bit more haggard. Like, the longer this goes, the better. And we can move in our infantry at some point. I don't know if we need to, but we will. Okay, so they're retaking the walls, all fun and games. And the Camel Archers, or the Camel Dizales, we get them back. And sit you guys right there, and they can just shoot at whatever. We got to get these guns offline, although those are just Sartosa militia, so I'm not too concerned about them. And now that the cannons are offline, we can pounce. Yeah, once I get a healing item on Habib, that's going to be pretty great. So these are actual handgun mobs. They will do damage against my character. We need to get these hand cannons offline if we can. So we're going to pile in, and I don't want to be losing this cool nymph that I got. So we're going to put it in group 7, not nymph, but whatever the hell it is, a Jinn. And the genie is good, though. He's in good shape. He's pretty big. He's pimping. So we're going to Spirit Leech these animated hulks, try and wear them down a little bit. Sultan Jafar can use his poison staff to drain down that entire position. And the Dizales are probably wasting ammo here. I don't think I want that smoke. All right. So the genie is going to wait here. The Jinn. The two characters, how are they looking? They're back up in the sky. And we got to go find some other opportunities here. We do see another hand cannon unit, so we're going to kind of weasel across. What do we have? A halberd unit? Yeah, the halberd unit will actually be good against our guys, so we don't want to fight that. All right, so these guys are almost down. And is it time to call in the infantry? Do I really need to, is the question. We have control of the gatehouse. The tower is there. The Camel Dizales, can we get them a little bit closer and actually reach? Maybe shoot at you guys. Oh, we have our artillery inside the city now. That's one way to do it. All right, we're just going to shoot point blank, no problem. So Robin Williams, I think he needs to get ready to run. He needs to go with his girlfriend back here. They need to go chill out. All right, anything back here we want to go after? Not really. Go after the hand cannon mob here. We can see if we can get them real quick. We'll use the Helm of Discord when we get close, debuff their stats, and they should die pretty quickly with that being done. All right, so the Naphtha thrower is actually shooting inside the city. Pretty great. Camel Dizales, can we reach anything? Can we shoot the big boys in the sky? Let's see if we can. And we are eating a little bit of powder fire from the high ground, so we're going to do an overcasted pendulum right there, try and take you down, pass it around, and there we are. Can we not cast it right there? Yeah, I think it's because of the kind of the hill right there, which can be tricky in this game, as you guys know. All right, so the handgun mobs almost down. Colossal Strike. The Dizales able to snipe those damn bats out of the sky. So let's make sure to put them in the trash can. Naphtha thrower is going to use the last of its ammunition to go after you guys. And I think we can sound the horn and bring in the infantry to try and end the battle a little bit quicker now. Although the min-max way to do it would just be to use our single entities, obviously. But we're going to engage a little bit faster. So we're going to go after the hand cannons. Or the handguns. Can we get you with a pendulum? I don't know if we can, man. Maybe if it's like all the way up here, it seems to be having some serious problems. That one will go off. Good. So that's going to go off there. And let's see if it actually hits them. Oh my god, it bounces off the train. That's so haggard. Classic Total War jank. All right, so we're going to put you in 7. We're going to retreat all these important assets out to the edge. Those guys got the job done here. And now we're going to come after these hand cannoneers right there. All right, Jafar is going to have to go genie form here in a second because he's not very tanky. He does have his Hashishin Assassin there. Although I think she's taken out all the units up there. So we're going to use the Black Lotus. And Jafar is going to go genie form. Do we want to? You guys need to shoot the bats down if you can. It looks like we're having some line of sight issues. And I think they managed to get up on some of the walls there. Okay. So the Assassin's cleaning up. Araness lurking in the high ground of the city. Jafar is up on the walls. Oh shit. Yeah, I can't transform when I'm up here, I don't believe. I don't think I can. Naphtha thrower is just having problems. Can't quite get in yet, but the infantry will be arriving, and then I can storm through the gatehouse and really start to grind down this army. Now that most of the powder has been dispatched, I think we're okay. Arabian Knights will also be very useful because they can scurry around the city very, very fast. All right, so Helm of Discord, Colossal Strike, all that goodness, and the big dog here, going to be using that. The Jezzails, I could retreat one of the Camel Jezzails. Let's put him in group 7. So he's going to go probably to sit on the edge of the battlefield here, where it's nice and secret and safe. Okay, so Jafar pimping it up on the walls, battling out some of the Haggard zombies. You gotta love to see it. And the Naphtha Thrower's in trouble, but let's get the infantry inside the city now. So they're gonna push through the gatehouse, and hopefully we will keep hold of that. Okay, so that tower is being manned. Jafar's trying to get him off the walls if he can. The Camel Jezzails, what can we possibly hit? Are we gonna be able to range those frickin' bats over there? Hopefully we can without needing to get in. You need to stay in combat with these guys if you can. Looks good, looks good. They have a little bit left. I mean, they're looking pretty raggedy. I mean, Aranessa's over there, but Aranessa will get dunked on by just my 2 characters, like straight up. So we're going to get you guys in. Yes and yes. Have you go help out. Jafar's almost got the boys off the walls there. Camel Jezzails trying to do what they can. Obviously not the best kind of fighting environment for the Jezzails, but they're doing it. They're doing all right. All right, so these are some halberds right there. Going to be tricky. We can leave the Hashishin Assassin, but on her own, she might get karate chopped. Let's use a Serpent Staff. That'll do some nice AoE damage, and then we can use not a Pit of Shades, but a Pendulum right there to wreck those guys. Looking good, looking good. And yeah, let's get everybody in. The Camel Jezzails, do we want to get them in the city too? A little bit tight in there. We'll see if we can. So we're going to try and weasel them through the gatehouse. The Assassin and the team here is doing all right. I think we should be able to crumble them down. It looks like there's a hand cannon mob coming, so we probably want to get away if we can. Things are going to be nasty. And yeah, I guess everybody is just going to try and get in the city here. We're going to try and fit as much in as we can. So Jafar knocking the last unit off here. We can Spirit Leech you, and now we're out of Winds of Magic. A little bit of rally right there, and looks like those guys are going to be charging into melee. Let's get the big dogs in, and what do I want to go hunting back here? These are man-eaters, but they don't have great weapons, so my anti-large characters are just going to end their careers pretty badly. Get the Foe Seeker, Helm of Discord, Colossal Strike, and Colossal Strike will make them do a hell of a lot more damage. And the Camels, yeah, really, really awkward environment for them to fight in. Looks like my Assassin is still going. She came back here. For a second, I thought she died. I was like, going to be pretty sad about that. Yeah, not a lot of space to work with, guys. All right, so the Man-Eaters are getting crushed. And infantry, we can take a couple of you guys. Yeah, Camels just maybe set up like this. Infantry, you guys come over here. Let's waddle up the high ground, get the Assassin in there too. And yeah, shoot whatever we can. All right, so we're in. Jafar and company have taken the walls. The 2 characters have done it, and we can send them. Yeah, we'll stay on the Man-Eaters, come over here, let the infantry kind of move in and deal with the rest of it. Let's get the Camel Jezzails over there, and the Palace Guard can move up, and they can start pushing this way. So has that been dealt with? Yes, the Man-Eaters are almost done. We could probably go after Aranessa, and that would probably just end the battle. She's being guarded by some pole arms, which makes it a little bit harder. But Jafar can also go Super Saiyan mode, and I think we're going to do that because he's out of Winds of Magic anyway. So, all right. So yeah, we don't want that smoke. Let's get up here. Get up here. The Arabian Knights are in the city, so we could use them to kind of creep over here and get on top of that Carronade crew. So Man-Eaters are getting it. Let's send Jafar and company up there to go finish the job. And I think from here we got a pretty easy wrap on things. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Camel Jezzails, I mean, I guess we could just bring them up to the high ground. They can help out here. Still some hand cannons. And the 2 characters get to go after Aranessa. She does have 500 weapon strength. It's a little bit Thunderbolts and Lightning, very frightening. So let's wait for Jafar and company to arrive and see if they can get the job done. All right, you guys go bash down this wall here. You guys move up this way. And it looks like the Arabian Knights were able to get on the Carronade crew, but they got to watch out for that halberd right there. It's going to be ugly. Okay, so big dogs move in. Aranessa has left the people. That's good. And let's get the Camel Jezzails to start shooting you. Foe Seeker and Foe Seeker. These characters are tired, but with Foe Seeker, it will help them be not super, super tired. So some of the Camel Jezzails took a bad angle. Oh my god, I got netted. Oh, dude, the forbidden plays. Okay. Colossal Strike, you can see Aranessa's getting it pretty good. 2 really level up anti-large characters. Carronade crew does go down, and now we're going to go get on the gunnery mob back here. And with Aranessa going down, it should be enough. That was a sweaty way to start the episode, wasn't it? Just a big old Royal Rumble. All right, so let's move into the city, get the momentum, and that's going to be it. All right, guys. Victory is ours. Aranessa banished back to the shadows, and the reconquest, or I guess the revenge on the southern realms, is in full effect, baby. All right, so Sartosa is ours. We didn't lose anything. We had to work for it a little bit, but we're just going to occupy that for now. And it looks like they've been driven out to sea. All right. Oh, what a city this is. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of the corruption, most likely. We can do this. And is there anything we have to get rid of corruption? Not really. All right, so we got this. We have a unique resource, which is going to be great. We have this building, which is a Peg Street pawn shop. Hell yeah. We We have a upgraded camel building. Regular Giselles, we don't need that building. And we do have an elephant building, which I think I might keep just for the fun of it. Because that sounds cool as hell. So Jafar, is there anything I'm missing? Pragmatic Alliance is helping us a lot with our little rat friends. And we could get the Beast Whisperer. Not a terrible idea. Is there any like advanced magic I want to get with him? I mean, we could go down the magic tree just to get the more WOM. So yeah, for now, let's go ahead and get Burning Hands. And we're going to work down and try and get the Winds of Magic shenanigans. All right, for the big dog, Bladed Shield. The other Amir is mostly pimped out here, but we need to get the charge bonus stuff. Looking good. And the Hashashin Assassin. We don't have Doppelganger yet. That lets her make like a little clone copy of herself and scavenge. And Deadeye. Great. All right, so Sartosa's ours. Aranessa is going to be back. Does she want peace now? I wonder if we could get peace with Aranessa. I don't think we can. She's got no territories. The Naphtha Thrower. What RORs do we have to recruit? The Great Bombard's off in 5 turns, so we'll keep the artillery for now. Okay, back here, we can level up some of the capital city stuff. Our main city is looking really good. I could do some global recruitment of some genies. I'm pretty sure I have the ability to get like high-end genie stuff now. Yes, we can get a couple more, but we can't get the carriage yet. That's like our super late game stuff. All right, so we can maybe ditch 1 Camel Giselle and do a global recruit. Let's get another genie. They seem really, really good. And that's going to be 4 turns, though. That's a long time to sit here, guys. It is a long time to sit here, but I think it'll be fine. We'll get one going and see what's cooking here. All right, so Sartosa is ours. And now what we need to do, we're going to build up this. We're going to use some captives, and I'm going to attempt to trade it for an alliance with the ogres, which is going to complete the next part of Jafar's revenge. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to trade with Homeboy. Let's trade settlements, and you can have Glorious Lucchini. We have no interest in this one, Home Dog. And we can get wait, what? Ask this faction to become your vassal? Wait, what? If you are strong enough, they'll accept your offer. They'll gain your protection, but lose most diplomatic freedoms. Okay, they will also supply you with tribute each turn. Vassals and masters can coordinate their military efforts. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let me check and see if it says vassals or vassals. Okay, so vassals can own that as well. So we're going to make the big dog our vassal here, which is going to be fun. All right. Yeah, he's going. He is going. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to get some tribute, dude. Jafar really leaning into the flavor here. All right, so this army is recruiting. After its recruits, that's our Cataphract army that we started, and I believe, yeah, he still is going to be attacking into Scarbrand soon. Granted, do I really need to make enemies with Scarbrand? I don't know. We'll see. Pretty loaded financially. Sartosa is a very lucrative city, and it does bring us a lot of trade resources. Elephants, we could get some elephants. We'll recruit some next turn. We'll get like 2 war elephants in the army. I think that'll be fine. All right, so we're going to get you guys. Let's trade a settlement. So we're going to give him Lucchini here. So you get Lucchini, and then you become my vassal, and also pay me a little bit in the process. All right. It agrees, we agree. All right, so I got an ogre vassal. Strength rank 8 vassal, by the way. Oh my god, 7,000 income. The vassals are paying a 2,000 gold tribute. Talk about a deal and a half. And we've completed it. Yes, baby, yes. All right, today we rise, my friends. And we're making progress on the revenge. I love it, dude. Super fun. And that is a hell of a lot of territory, dude. We just made like the strongest ally ever. Good times, man. Good times. Whoa. Okay. What? This is just easy. What is this? They just want to give me 10,000 gold? Okay, dude. Yeah, I'm not going to ask questions. I'm going to craft some dank gear for my boys. That's for sure. We'll go craft something really fun and buy some ancillaries too, if we can. Yeah, that'll be sweet. And I haven't really looked through a lot of the ancillaries. I mean, there's probably a lot more I could kind of mess with here. But I'm really curious to see what the next part of the Sultan's Revenge is going to be. All right, so that is done. Technology research, the Forbidden Tombs. One of the Jinn is now under my command, and the Return of Jafar. Nice. So the final part is to go attack Bretonnia and conquer their heartland. Okay. That seems pretty straightforward. Aranessa is off in the Shadow Realm somewhere. We have these cool landmarks. And we're just rich as hell. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get too much better. Does she have any territory? She does not. So she's just sailing down to her doom, I guess. Is she going to be attacking one of these territories? Does she want peace? I don't think I can even get peace with her. So, I mean, Jafar could come and chase, but I suspect she's just going to be attacking a coastal settlement, which we should be able to handle. Worst case, we do have Mehmed the Butcher here, and he can come over here with his Cataphracts of Doom and just get ready to deal with this just in case. All right, so we're in camp. We will get a couple more Camel Cataphracts, and then we can also get, what else do we want to grab? Do we want to get any like baseline units? I mean, we could get Camel Dizales and have like an ultimate hit and run army, which would be pretty fun. Or we could global recruit some more of those. Arabian Knights, Camel Lancers, and the Camel Dizales are what, 245? Yeah, we can get a couple Camel Dizales. Okay. I dig it. Sartosa has some options for upgrades. We can get a wall just so we don't have to defend that place. And you are getting a genie. It's going to be a couple turns till you're ready. And now we have the final conquest of Britannia, which ironically is already being done for us by the Skaven. We have to go all the way up to the friggin' capital city right there. I kind of think we just skip on the genie. I don't think it's worth sitting there recruiting for 4 turns. Like, that's just such a waste of time. And Jafar is going to go ahead and cut you, and we can recruit one of the sweet RORs. Oh, we have the Sultan of Flames, a Fire Ifrit. That's so cool. All right, so what's the fastest way to get there? Do we just sail the coast like a friggin' Corsair Lord? I think we do. Is Sartosa's garrison strong enough to defend itself yet? Not quite. So maybe we just hang for a turn, because otherwise Aranessa is going to come back, and she's going to just take this city, which will be very annoying. So we probably need to replenish anyways. Yeah, can't quite click on my character. There's like so many banners and shit here. God damn. Okay. Just go there. We can replenish for a turn before we sail off. And Mehmed the Butcher is going to get his Doom stack going over here. And we're going to be helping out our home dog as well. Okay, so since... Which army is going to be fighting primarily? Sartosa, we can cancel the walls for now. Save the money. And let's go to the bazaar. Like, what cool ancillaries do we have? We have some Tomb Kings ones. I mean, we can get Corruption, Campaign Movement. Campaign Movement range plus 10 is really, really good, actually. So let's get a couple of these. So we're going to get some Tomb Kings 1. Yeah, that's nice. So we'll barter. And then we're going to get another one here, which is going to be Campaign Movement range. We want to get this. Great. Okay, so we can go to our main army. Let's do that. So difficult to click and see what ancillary. So we get rid of the standard, and the militiaman is, we can get rid of that. And then we want to go to our new ancillaries, which are going to be the Tomb King's Taskmaster and the Priest of Petra. So now we have 6, 16, 22, 30, 37, and yeah, so we're quite a bit faster now. And we want to get up to that 50%, because then we could just like fly across the map, right? All right, anyways, Water Clock is going to be Corsair units. So that's for the assassins. Archaeology will give us research rate. It's not bad. Yeah, helps us get there a little bit quicker. Sure, why not? We'll craft a dank item sometime in the next few turns. All right, so these guys are chilling. I could reach Aranessa. She in full speed? She is. All right, that's perfect. That just solves that problem, basically. So we don't need to worry about that shit. We can go back to doing the walls because, yeah, we're going to need to save up a little bit. All right, so she's down. Yeah, I don't want her to like build up an army and then, you know, attack one of my coastal cities and just be a trash goblin, you know? All right. Oh, the Ravager of El Calabad. That's like the giant Giga Chad elephant, guys. It's the coolest thing ever. All right, so let's sail this way, and we can go ahead over here. Big Dog, does he want to get the Ravager? We already have 2 elephants in this army, so I think the Ravager of El Calabad can go with my main army. Numos, I mean, are we going to get a good auto? We do have 2 elephant characters here. Let's creep forward a little bit. I'm not at war with Scarbrand. Scarbrand is at how many territories? He's at 7. So we can probably dismantle him pretty freaking quickly. So I'm going to go here. We're going to offer to join the war against the Exiles of Khorne. And see, we can get a defensive alliance and then pay the dividends to get a military alliance. Perfect. All right, so now Cetra is my homie. We're creating our own Avengers, basically. Yeah, so we're going to move in, take Numis, get rid of the Cornate Corruption, and hopefully this should just be an easy auto. Yeah, it will. Awesome, awesome. Let's occupy that. And we can cut this building here. And, oh, we have a unique building. The Nehakarn Excavation. Awesome. Golden Idols. Dude, I love it. Love it so much. It's so cool. All right, so growth building. We're going to want growth, obviously. Control, growth, and then we'll build a control building on the other one there. Okay. So that's going to bring down the corruption. You got to love to see it. We have a lot of captives. Mehmed the Butcher is going to continue his recruiting here for a couple turns. And it does look like Sultan Jafar is now gone, so we can start getting... Yeah, we want to get reserves, earthing, and conduit, so we can really just pop off with magic, right? You guys, we can combine you. Or do we just leave you for now? Phyrus is very well developed. And then we have some abilities here. So this is our Sheik on the other side. He's just kind of a combat buffing homie. Do we have anything mystical in that army? We do not. So from there, we can go down Blue Tree. Let's go ahead and do Fervent to get rid of the corruption in the Cornlands. This character here, he does not have his Radiant Pegasus. We can go ahead and grab Training. Harry Potter is going to go get... do we have Scouting in this army? I don't think we do, actually. Regardless, Magical Reserves is always nice for a little bit of extra magic. Scorpion Venom, great one. Damage over time is always good. And this character, I might put him in a different army, so I will get Training for now, even though we already have it on the other guy. All right, cool. Yeah, it's all coming together, man. It's all coming together. We can level up our Haggard Mountain Fortresses, even though they're not great. You know, I have the money to do it. We could be raided on the coast, but I think we're about ready to head up north, guys, and continue our conquest. Clan Moors is Strength Rank 2. I will definitely see what I can get out of them. They're fighting the dwarves, a bunch of people. Yeah, and they're going to pay me 4,000? Yes. Yes, we're going to be friends with all the dudes. So the Great Desert of Araby, let's level that up. All right, and what landmarks do we have here? We have the Buried... Yeah, that gives us immune to desert attrition for all our armies. It's not bad. All right, guys. See you in the next turn, and we will hopefully get to crafting some cool stuff soon. All right, some Haggard Orc army just sitting outside my base. And how many... They're very unfriendly. They are a rogue army. I mean, I could probably... My allies will pounce on them as soon as I attack with one army here. Okay, we got the archaeology. And the scriptures, Arabian Nights, and Camel Cataphracts. Actually good for our other army that we're going to be having here. And I'm tempted to go deal with this little like rogue army. Granted, it is going to be dying of attrition, but I still don't want it just pooping on my lands, basically, right? It's very annoying. Sartosa's garrison is coming back, albeit very slowly. So I could get there and attack you. So we can go there. He's most likely just going to run as soon as I land there, though. All right, so Home Dog is done well here. And this, I think, is the other part of the region. Yeah, Cetra's coming for it, but I need to get that before Cetra does. Can I reach it? Shit, I don't think I can. I have a MLG Pro Gamer play I think I can do. So let's do Control. We're going to get Control here, and we need to go buy some ancillaries. I think I can get him there if I can get the movement increased. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping here, guys. Do you have any items? Channeling Staff, Channeling Staff. Let's fuse those together. We get the Book of Asher. Which, yeah, we do have the Magician in this army, don't we? He's got the Sandstorm Staff, which is the one that gives him, gives him the Bound Sandstorm ability, which is very good. Book of Asher might be better, though, I think. Yeah, just extra wins magic. Okay. Sandstorm Staff, Scroll. Let's fuse those together. We get not the Oil Lamp. The Oil Lamp is on one of our armies. Okay. So let's go to the Bazaar. We can go to Dark Elves, and we need to get some campaign movement speed. Diplomatic relations with all factions, kind of interesting in Envoy. There's so much to explore with these. It's honestly a lot. Okay, Dark Elves don't have any movement stuff. Let's see if the Skaven have any more movement characters I can get. Campaign movement range. Yes. So we're going to try and stack a bunch of items on Halim so we can reach that city. That's basically the idea. Okay, I don't have any more resources to do here. Chaos, we have Huskarl. Yeah, so it's based on like how many victories you have against them is how many you can barter. Okay, vampires. We should have some on vampires. Campaign movement range, please. And another 5%, sure. I mean, every little bit matters, man. It's speed. In dwarves, we have some dwarves too. I don't know if dwarves are going to be known for their movement speed. It looks like a lot of their stuff is just trade. Gem cutters, corruption. A campaign movement 10, but sadly I don't have the money at the moment. So I might need to see if this is enough. So, okay, we're going to go to Big Dog, get rid of the standard. We can honestly, what do we want to do with those standards? We could combine the two Books of Asher for like an epic item, actually. What do we get? We got scrap, unfortunately, yeah. We got a little bit greedy there. It's okay. All right, so speed. So scribe for movement speed. We're going to go ahead and scroll up and see what else we have. We have a manservant and a Huskarl. Razor standards. Let's just salvage those for money. And that will allow me to buy one more movement speed character, I think. All right, now can you reach? Yes, look at that. Pro gamer plays. High salvage value. So scrap, okay, that's fine. Numos is there, and we can reach this now. Okay, so look at all the cool shenanigans you can pull with this this bizarre system, right? That should be an easy auto for us because we have elephants. And let's just go ahead and occupy that. All right, so we got a new nice region here. Let's get this going. Delete the camel building. Valnir is down for the count, and we do have the Ash River. Do we have any anti-corruption? I don't think we do. No. We just have the growth. But the corruption will go in its own time. And plus the Sheik character is just going to be chilling here anyways. He'll just be guarding this. Effective couple turns for us. Effective. Let's do that. Do Deadly Blade. Home Dog is here. Let's get you and you. Hashishin Assassin, Piercing Shots, and Deadeye. And then we can get the Regrowth and Dweller's Blow. Although I think Arcane Conduit was ready. Was it? Yes. Arcane Conduit. Really, really good stuff. Okay, so we are all pimping over here. We are rapidly capturing territory. Revenge is very, very close to being done. And Sultan Jafar, I think I do want to deal with that. Yeah, I think I do want to deal with that big dog. Mehmed the Butcher, how's his army coming along? Yeah, he's got a handful of turns, but he's going to be pretty good, and we'll just bring him over here to start cleaving through Scarbrand right there. Should get the job done. I mean, this army, would it be able to take Sartosa? Yes, and that would be incredibly frustrating, so we don't want that. Yeah, look at that. So we get relations with Araby. We're going to go ahead and declare war on you guys. Yes, and just have the whole world dogpile on you here. Hopefully he can't run out of range. Okay, looks like he's going to be stuck with me here. So let's go attack. And good night, Sweet Prince. You will be missed. Yeah, I don't want these guys growing and just infesting my lands. Looking good. Sultan Jafar getting the big levels. And let's go ahead and get magical reserves. Pit of Shade's a good spell too, but I think Pendulum's honestly just better. Scarred Veteran. And the next thing I want to do is craft like a sweet weapon for this guy. We can take a look at the characters and see. Yep, Devastating Charge, and the Assassin character can do that. Okay. So what can we craft for the dude? So he doesn't have a good weapon, and he absolutely should. The Forest Cloaks, let's fuse them together. They're not really useful for me. And we get the Armor of Meteoric Iron, which is going to be 10% ward save. Helm of Discord's good, but I think I'm going to take the ward save here. The Hashishin Assassin has the Tilean Pavis. Any enchanted items laying around, scrap. High salvage value. Ah, okay. So we could just, no, get rid of that. We're going to do this, and we're going to salvage that. No problemo. Let's fuse these items together, see what we can get. The Book of Asher, a very, very common one. We seem to get that quite a bit. Okay, so a weapon for Big Pimpin'. So let's go to the Corsair Merchant, and we can craft Martyr's Stand. So when he's low, he gets a big damage buff. He gets Frenzy. That's not super good. I think we just got to wait for, a turn or two and try and get some better items here. And let's see if we can get out to the seas. We can. All right, so let's go back past Sartosa. And outstanding. Meteoric Iron, and that, we obviously have some characters who would appreciate that gear. Maybe Mehmed the Butcher's boys need a little something, because he's kind of potato. He doesn't really have too much gear going for him, so. All right, so Mehmed, let's give you Helm of Discord. We can give you the Biting Blade. And then enchanted item is going to be Crown of Command. It's not that good. We can honestly just salvage that. And yeah, kind of everything else is being put to use. Do we have any ancillaries laying around? You have casualties post-battle. Tollkeeper, while he's chilling in that region. I don't see the issue with that. And let's go purchase some more ancillaries. Yeah, the campaign movement guys are always the homies. They're always the homies. It's so good to just stack those on your characters, man. No more movement speed on these guys. Do we have anything cool here? Income from looting, income from sacking. Dude, whoever did this, the guys who did this campaign, man, it's just, it's so freaking well done. It's so well done. Let's see what other ones we have from men. We've obviously fought a lot of Bretonnians, so maybe there's some more movement speed here. Movement speed, income from trading. Is that all units in army? Income from raiding, okay. Ambush success change, casualty plan, and we've already gotten most of the goodies. Corruption in the local province isn't bad, but we don't need it that much. All right, so I think we're just going to put the movement speed, stack it on the big man, and try and get as close to 50% as you can get, because that is the spice of life there. And he should be down here somewhere. We're going to go ahead and salvage that Standard of Discipline for a little bit of money. And there's a shipwright. Yeah, so we got like a ton of movement now. We're going to be zipping across the old world here. Okay. Upgrades, sure, why not? And anything else we want to get? The walls, not really. Outpost available in the Tomb King's lands. Kind of a fun concept, but I think we can probably skip on that for now. And outpost available here. Oh, a little bit of a Skaven. I like the idea of a Skaven one because I can get their fancy weapons platforms, like their catapults and things like that. All right, guys. Good turns, good times. Mehmed getting a pretty elite army, and from there he should be able to roll over and take these territories, and we will continue our conquest. I think this is a good spot to end the episode. It's been about an hour, so we will wrap it up here, and looking forward to seeing you guys soon. We're probably going to be able to end this soon. Like, we move up. Yeah, these territories are owned by Mel Gibson, and how does he feel about us? He probably doesn't like us because he's friends with some of the Bretonians, and he's fighting Skaven, so yeah, we're going to be fighting some Wood Elves as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you in the next episode. And again, if you want more campaign action here on the channel, please do drop a like. It helps out quite a bit. But otherwise, we'll see you on the other side. Take care. And yeah, things are going pretty damn well.